All right, good evening, good evening. I'm going to be setting everything up as everybody is coming in. All right, let me move this over. Good evening, good evening. Hey, honeybee, how are you? It's my alarm going off to make sure I get on here. How is everybody this evening? Hey, Christy! Yeah, you did make it. You did. I like it. I like it. Your alarm is going off too. Hey, Rachel from the UK. How are you doing this evening? Suzette, this is not the time to be sick. I'm going to need you to get that together. I'm going to need you to get that together real quick. Hey, Bonnie, how are you? I claim healing for you in the name of Jesus, girl. This is not the time to be sick. I am so happy to be here with y'all this evening. Because y'all, oh my gosh. Hey, Juicy. You're just doing your homework. Tisk, tisk, tisk. But I'm glad you're getting it done, though. I am glad you're getting it done. Asthma and bronchitis, we don't like that. Don't like that. But I understand. I understand. Hey, Christine. Let's pull that in just a little bit for y'all. So how was this week so far for everybody? Yes, God is totally in control. I'm so happy about that he's in control. This week has been okay. Let me pull it up on my computer so I can see y'all stuff better. On here. Yeah, this week has been amazing. Okay, so you said this week has been hectic. It really has. But I have learned that, hey, Miranda, glad you're able to get on early, Miranda, because you know I'm going to be putting you to work. You need to message me, Lady B. Do that. You reorganized something? I'm glad that you did. That means you were a go-getter. You were a go-getter this weekend. Hey, Miss Black Dog Designs. Hey, Corkeisha. I'm glad you guys are coming in. We got about 24 folks on. Thank you for the thumbs up. Whoever remembered to give that thumbs up on the way in. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. Appreciate that. Miranda, you got your spreadsheet up so we can start doing some numbers? You were a go-getter too, Lady B? All right. So I'm going to start going back, Miranda, to who is coming in. Let's see if I could. Oh, no, it's not letting me go all the way back. I don't think so. But maybe it is. So, ladies, what we're going to be doing right now is as you guys are coming in, I'm going to give you a number based on what you've, your order of coming in. And Miranda is going to write the numbers down. Because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be no audio. Anyone else able to? You can still hear me? Okay. Hey, something cute. It was buffering. Hey, EB. Oh, I'm reading Marcy's comment. Okay. All right. So we're going to be giving out just numbers, and it's just based on, the order that you're coming in tonight. And so that you know what your number is. And that's going to be, as we're going along, we're going to be like, okay, so we're checking in with you all to make sure that your goals that you are setting, that you are accomplishing them. And then we can switch out your goals. Once you have accomplished it, then we can switch that goal out and add another one easily, or add your new goal easily, right? So, or Miranda, I think it might be better if we just do the playback and add them, because we've got about 33 on so far. So it might be easier to do that. What do you think? Let me know. Let me know which way you want to go. And in the meantime, yeah, so I think we'll do the playback. We'll add so please make sure that all 32, 33, however many people come on in, make sure you put a comment, even if just saying hi. Just make sure you do that so that you will be able to get a number, okay? Because this is going to be a part of our accountability and our how do you call it? What? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! It's a part of the accountability and our partnership, just accountability partnership. So I want to make sure that you guys are doing what you're telling me that you're going to be doing, and checking in on you all and see how you're doing. Is that cool with everybody? I hope that's cool with everybody. Hey, Kim. Hey, Sandra. Your goal for this week was to get the job, and you did. You have another goal in mind? Okay, so make sure you're putting that goal in mind. If you have not seen the goal setting part 1, make sure you get the, hey, Tracy, welcome. Hey, Susan, thank you for coming in for the first time. If you have not seen part 1, please make sure you are watching part 1 after this, okay? Congratulations, Lady B. You are the bomb. We praise God for giving you that blessing, okay? So now that you have the job, I'm going to need to make sure that there's a scripture that says, work as if you are working for the Lord, okay? So that's what I'm going to need you to do on that job, okay? So that's now your responsibility and your maintenance for that position that he has blessed you with. Hi, Mary. So there's a few things that I would like to cover before we get started. Number 1, everybody, welcome to the channel. As people are coming in, just make sure you guys are greeting them as well. This is our goal setting live, where we are going to be digging into our goals for 2019. We are going to be making sure that the goals we set are realistic. The goals we set are things that we're going to do, because we don't want to end 2019 in the same position that we came into it, with not achieving what we said that we are going to do. Hit that thumbs up as you guys are coming in. What you see in my planner is not necessarily things that you have to do in your planner, but you are free to take any of the ideas that you find on my channel or here in this planner as your own. Miranda, Miss Thinking of a Master Plan, is here on the live with me, and she is, well, she's in the text, and she is my amazing sister, and so she keeps me accountable, and I keep her accountable as well as a few other people. She also have a 365 planner that she's doing, so you can check her channel out, because I promise you, she's got some great ideas as well. You need to get your driver's license in 2019. Awesome, Christine. Hold on a second. Let me write that on the list. I think we talked about that the last time. I just did not write down who was trying to get those particular things. Okay, so get driver's license. And so we're going to actually get into the particulars in just a few. One more thing that I would like to mention before it slips my mind is, thank you so much, Black Dog. I appreciate it. I love saying that, Black Dog. Thank you. One of the things I do want to mention as well is this beautiful tracker that I received, that I got. And I'm hoping, let me see if I can zoom you in a little bit more. Hopefully that's pretty good. Suzette working on getting healthy. This is my Bible experience, and this is from Kelly over at Print, Pray, Slay Shop. So anyone who is doing the Bible in a Year study, I adore this, y'all. When I saw this on her channel, I totally messaged her and said, I gotta have this. She does have a 2019 edition. She updated this one as well. This was the 18 format. The 2019 format is more horizontal, while this one is more vertical. But I loved this. And you know, with my specific brain, once I see something, that is the way that I want it. It has this, yes, congrats, ND Coach, on opening your salon. So I wanted this. I love this because this helps me to keep a track of the books of the Bible that I have already read. So as I'm going through my studies, I'm just coloring in the little boxes. This here is the Old Testament, and then there's a sheet as well for the New Testament. And so y'all, this brings me so much joy just to be able to color these in. And can you see I'm almost done with the book of Job? And that encourages me to continue to press forward because I want to see my whole entire page colored up. And so Old Testament and New Testament, you can just check out her shop. And this is just printed on regular printer paper for now. I have not done one on a on anything specific, but you can do this on better paper. This is by Kelly at Print Pray Slay Shop. She also have a YouTube channel, right? So printprayslay.com. She also has a YouTube channel that you can check her out. She does a lot of Bible journaling things on there, makes dolls and things like that for that, for Bible journaling. Oops, sorry about that. Trying to get y'all back out as well. So check her out because I love it. I love this things. Honor of your doggies, past and present. All right, boo. So check that out. So if you need something that's going to, because I need to get my studies done for the day because I want to go and color it. And I'm just using the Mod liners, right? So this is what I have my Mod liners in. One of those little Michaels case. Hey, Michi. And so I just have my Mod liners in there and I'll pick random colors. I don't have a specific color. And I color them based on the chapters that I read per day. So some days it's 3 chapters, some days it's 4 chapters. So I'm just coloring it in based on that. And I love the way it's done. She did that on her channel and I fell in love with it. So I just want to get that out the way. So when you see this, if anyone asks you, hey, Lori, if anyone asks you, or ask about it while I am flipping through, please make sure you guys are answering them for me. It is from printprayslay.com. And she's here on YouTube as well. Boom. Okay, so that's over with. So let's get to the front of the planner because I have... So question for you all. The last time that we met, we went ahead and we went over several steps that we could take to be able to get our goals accomplished. Let me see if I can find these things. The first one was to write it down, and I have it on something. So the first one was to write it down, right? I remember that at least. Who remembers what the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh was? Because I don't see it. One was to be specific. One was to make sure that it was attainable. One was to also set yourself your deadline, make sure that you have the skill set, change your mindset as well. You have the doc for them. So Miranda has the document for them. Miranda, let me list them. Okay, Miranda is going to list those items. Not only is Miranda going to list those items, y'all, and I'll share this too before we get started. So my friend Trish, she typed up 365 questions for the self-development, okay? Hey, Sandra. So the 365, Miranda is also going to make these available inside of a document drop. She's the techno guru, okay? She's the techno guru. So she's gonna Trish is deep. Trish is very deep. So these will be available. Inbox Miranda, go to her channel, comment on one of her videos, let her know that you need, access to that. She can tell you how to get it. Also, one of my beautiful subbies, Jeananne, she also typed up the questions that I have inside of this planner. Hey Wanda, she typed up that I have in my planner, plus she added some more. Mrs. Thinking of a Master Plan. Hey Kelly. No, that's not Kelly. I'm sorry. I'm trying to look up at an angle. Um, Pray, plan, repeat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's blurry on your end. Yeah, that's why Miranda has those questions. I'm not sure. Let me take this off Wi-Fi. No, it's not even on Wi-Fi. I'm going to put it on Wi-Fi and see if it clears up anything for you ladies. So you let me know if it clears up. But Miranda is going to also have this 150 questions because Jeananne went ahead and typed up my questions plus added more. So there's another 150 questions on this sheet. So you have 365 plus the 150. Still blurry? Okay, well, I'm not sure what to do with the blurry. Does anyone know how to possibly fix that? Okay, yeah, we're just going to talk through. We're just going to talk through. I'm not sure how to fix the blurry, but we're just going to talk through. Yeah, thank you, Kim. We're just going to do that. So, my question that I wanted to ask you all as well, right? Your homework was to make sure, oh, here it is. Look, it's right at the front. It's right at the front. Your homework was to make sure that you are listing your goals. So give me a thumbs up if you listed your goals and if you listed out some steps to be able to get your goals accomplished. Give me a thumbs up if you did that for this week. It's clear now, Michi? Awesome. Maybe it was like you're moving around too much, Tamra. So give me a thumbs up. So Corkeisha did, Tracy, Lady B did. Awesome. And we know Lady B accomplished something. So that was good. Christy did. Awesome. Awesome. I like the thumbs up. So we have a couple people that did. Pietra, how are you? Hey, Mary. Y'all. Yes, Pietra, I got her too. I didn't watch part 1, but yeah, good, Kim. Good. So you've got that listed. So now the very next thing that I want you all to do is I want you to take them and I want you to subdivide them or divide them into categories. The same categories that I have listed on my tabs, I'm going to want you to list them in categories. You're halfway there, Wanda. You got the goals? Okay, well, you can still do this part even though you got the goals, right? Especially that's the most important part. So what I want you to do is I want you to put spiritual, right, for all of your spiritual goals. So put spiritual next to your spiritual goals because you're going to have to actually write them on separate sheets so that you're clear. You don't want to mix them together. You're going to end up writing them on separate sheets. So you have 9 categories of life that people say that we should strive or endeavor to make sure that we are touching. We don't have to touch them all, right, at the same time. Corkeisha, you're ahead on your homework because you thought that's what you... Corkeisha, you read my mind, boo. You read my mind. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. So the first one is going to be spiritual. The second category is going to be personal development. Do you have any personal development goals? Now, personal development could include things such as books that you want to read, because you're reading those books because you want to enhance some skill or something that you'll be adding to yourself. So that's personal development. Personal development could be like my personal development is to cook, is cooking. That's a part of personal development for me because I'm learning how to make 12 new dishes for the year 2019. That's personal development, right? Hey, is that Patricia? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Or Patrice, welcome. So make sure that you are doing your personal development. Personal development could be any skill that you want to learn, anything that you're adding to yourself. Your third is going to be romance. Good, Kim. Good, Kim. Very good, Kim. I love it when y'all are ahead of time because that makes it easier. It makes it easier for us all. So, Kim, well, everyone, your next category is romance. Now, I do not want to hear when you tell me I do not have anything to do with the romance category. I need you to put that romance because here's the thing. Remember, we are looking at the person who we want to become, not necessarily the person who we are right now, but the person who we want to become. So when you get into a relationship, what would you like to bring to that relationship? Would you like to bring better communication skills to that relationship? Would you like to bring some sort of already have structures or ideas of things you could do for date nights? Would you already want outings that you can possibly do with, someone? Would you want, some of those things that you can do, poetry, love letters, or little love notes? What is it that you would like to bring to that relationship? So we're looking at the person who you want to be in the future, not necessarily the person who you are right now. And like I said, we don't necessarily have to even touch that category right now, but you want to make sure that if you have any goals in there, you're putting it. If you do not have an idea of who in this romance category, you're not going to have a good idea of when you meet a person. Is this based on who I want to be? Is this a person that I can actually get into a relationship and be content in that relationship with? Because when all y'all want different things, sometimes it could be contentious, right? So that's for the romance category. Number 4 is family. Family is dad, children, sisters, aunties, uncles, brothers, cousins. That is your family. Everyone else excepting your spouse. So that is going to be your family. You definitely need a date night plan, Michi. Yes, hunty. Okay, it'd be hard up in here. It'd be hard. So put that. Then for your family, split your family goals. What would you like to do? Build a better relationship with them. List out all your family members. Who do you want to reconnect with? Who do you need to forgive? All of that stuff. What are your family goals? One of the things that I'm hoping to do also for our women need to Indie coach, what's a date night? That's what we all should be having with them spouses, okay, to keep the romance alive. Without the kids, without the babies. But what's your family goal? One of the things I'd like to do is to have a vision board meeting for the families in my circle of influence. And I think that's going to be important because we need to know what contribution can the kids make, or do they think they can make, or will they want to be making to the family for 2019? What's their vision of the family? Because we don't really ask their opinions on a lot of things, right? So we want to see, what's your vision of the family for the next year? How will you participate? So bring them into the discussion and see what their thoughts and ideas are. Dancing is a good one. That's pending. One of y'all can have any form of movements and you're not stepping on each other's feet all night. That might be more roll over into the health category right there. Dancing is not good for my health. So your work and your business. So whether your work, of course, could be your business, or you can have a regular job, or you can have your business. What are your goals for the year in that area? You can be a person that has both. What are your goals in that area? So make sure you're splitting those up. Hey, Riri Marie. Recreation. So your recreation is going to be your traveling activities and things like that, that you're doing. What are you doing for fun? Like rock climbing, y'all, is recreation. Hey, Susan. You talk about some of the same things on your podcast. So exciting to be here. Well, I'm glad that you're here. You're going to have to leave us the information for your podcast. Put it down in the description or in that same comment box. Miranda, if you could please make a note of her podcast, please, so that when I'm editing here, I can put it into the, what is that? The comment section. No, the description section of here. So recreation. What would you like to do? One of the things that I did when I went on the cruise, y'all don't understand. Teaching your Zumba classes again, I love it. I love it. Y'all be trying to kill people in Zumba. That's all I'm saying, but I love it. One of the things I did in my recreation was I've always wanted to climb do rock climbing. But when you are afraid of heights, doing the rock climbing wall is challenging to say the least. Does anybody understand what a sister had to go through? Now, did I pick, not only did I pick that I wanted to do the rock climbing because I've always seen it, I picked to do this rock climbing thing when I was on the cruise with my mom, y'all. Holy, holy, holy Lord God Almighty. So the rock climbing was like on deck 16, okay? And then it was windy that day, and it goes up probably about 2 to 3 decks. Lord have mercy on my soul. So I did end up going up, doing the climbing, and I was successful, but I was telling you, I was talking to myself, do not look down, keep focused, stay calm. I was talking to myself all the way up, and my heart was beating, pounding. My hands were so sweaty, I felt like I was going to slip. And so I did get that accomplished. But you want to know the worst part about it was my mother, my lovely mother, she did not let me be great, y'all. She did not let me be great. Like, I left her so that she could take a picture for me of when I got up to the top to ring the bell, because I'll probably never climb another rock wall in my entire life again. Y'all, my mother took one picture, one single picture. And that one picture that she took of me was with me hanging on to the rope for dear life with my eyes closed as the young lady led me down back to the floor. I was almost on the floor when she took the picture. And I was like, Mom, is this what you did? Like, is this what you did? Like, you could not let me be great this one time. This one time you couldn't let me be great. Like, I have no proof whatsoever that I did it. Look, my hands right now is so sweaty just talking about it. Exactly. She had one job, like the whole 3 week vacation, Mom. You only had this one job and you couldn't let me be great. Y'all, I was so distraught. I was so distraught. No, we do not have a cruise planned about that. My hand right now is sweaty also doing it, because I promise you, I was afraid. And so every time I look at that picture, y'all, you know I get disgruntled. You know I get disgruntled every time I look at that picture, because I took so many pictures of my mom, because I'm like, I need you to have the memories for this. Got to do it again. Wanda, you have lost your mind. You have completely lost your mind. That was my one shot. You know, that was my one shot. You ain't getting me up there again. So I did it, but I have no proof that I actually went up. So, so they could be like, no, no. So rock climbing, back to the recreation, and just pick something. Like I said, if you want to go out of that comfort zone, pick something and, talk to yourself, encourage yourself, do it, even though you're afraid. Just talk to yourself and keep on going. So your finance category as well. Make sure, what are your goals that you want to do? Photoshop your face. Well, she didn't climb the rock wall. If she climbed the rock wall, that would be great. But she didn't do that. The good thing, because she's afraid of heights as well. Like, she's really afraid of heights. And because she's afraid of heights, what we did, the first day that we stepped foot on that vessel, I took her all the way up to the very top of it. To the very top where you can go and look out over the front and the sides of it, because I knew that if I could get her to go up there, she would be more at ease going through the rest of the ship, especially the pool deck and stuff like that, without me having to really prod or poke her to do it. So that's what I did the very first time we got on that vessel. Up we go, Mom. Come on. And so she did that. But definitely try to do that while you're afraid. So for any first-time cruisers who's afraid of stuff, try that and see if it works. If it works, they're gonna love it. And then she sat out on the balcony almost the rest of the cruise, because we had a balcony. So she sat out there, watched the water. Finance. What do you want to do in your finance category? So make sure you're adding your finance. Social events. Your social is going to be gatherings with your friends. You want to make sure you're listing your social events. You have so many things and goals, it's overwhelming. Just trying to get them down on the paper. That's all we needed to do, Christine. Get them down on the paper because we're going to help you sort through those. We're going to help you sort through those. We're going to help you sort through those and then take it step by step, one at a time. And so today, that's pretty much what I want to do is get you to know these are the categories that everything is pretty much going to fall into this category, into these categories. I did put a auxiliary category for myself, and the one that I put is home projects. And I've put home projects here because home projects for me, I don't want it in any of these other things. And I don't think it could go in the family category because the things I'm doing here is for the family, but I don't want it there. So I did put home projects, and that's going to be a totally different section because I'm a DIYer and I do a lot of, hey, Alex, a lot of projects around the home. And so I want to be able to finish up a lot of things that I have that I want to do as well. So did everybody get those 9 categories? Give me a thumbs up if you got the 9 categories. Miranda will also have the 9 categories listed inside of that document as well. Thank you so much, Miranda. I love Miranda. I love me some Miranda. Okay, Mary, glad you got it. Glad you got it, Giuseppe. You're missing 2, Christy. Okay, Christy, we have spiritual, personal development, romance, family, work/business, health, recreation, finance, and social. And my home project is auxiliary. You might be able to have something that's an auxiliary thing for you, but go ahead and do that. Now, what I want to say also for health, under your health section, that could be your physical health. It can also be your personal health, what I consider to be personal health. And personal health is going to be your, or maybe it's going to be your appearance. So maybe you need to do something with your hair. Maybe you need to do something with your nails. Maybe you need to do something with your mode of dressing. Maybe there's a certain type of shoe that you need to get. So your personal health. So you have emotional health, your physical health, right? You have your, your appearance also that's in there. So that's also going to be a part of your health. So make sure that you understand that those are all included in that section. So I'm glad you all have that. Now that you all have your sections, and as you can see from my book here, and I did label these in a video, I do have all of my sections in my planner. Okay, so you can use whatever you want to do, planner, notebook, spiral notebook, binder. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have something like this. The next thing that I want you to do after you've put all of your goals into the individual categories is I want you to order your categories in order of importance. That's going to be the tough one, right? That's going to be the tough one. Last night we did the goal setting event. Piatra can tell you we had such a good time. And Mimi came, big Mimi came and surprised everybody. And I screamed like I had absolutely no sense in the world. But I did because I was told she wasn't going to be able to make it. But she came and dropped some wisdom on us and we loved it. But Piatra can tell you, like, we had some people that were, oh man, like I've got 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E. Like there's nothing that can be a number 2 because it's all across the board. But we really have to understand that certain areas of our life is going to take precedence over others. Your areas may be in a different order than mine. It does not have to be in the same order as mine. Yeah, Christine, that is going to be pretty tough because you have to make some choices. You got to make some decisions. What are you going to put before the other, right? And why are you putting that one before the other? So you got to answer that question. Why are you putting it before the other? In my order, for example, my first one is spiritual. And mine is spiritual because I know that if I take care of my relationship with God, He'll take care of everything else that comes in line. And so I've got to take care of that first. Yeah. So that's why that's important to me. The second one is personal development because I've got to put on my mask first. I got to put on my mask first and give myself oxygen. I've got to take care of Tamara. I've got to teach Tamara. Tamara has to learn. Tamara has to figure out who Tamara is so that Tamara can take care of everything else. Yeah. So that's why the why is important. You've got to ask yourself, why is this one more important than the other one? So I've got to do the personal development. I've got to get my courage up. I've got to get my self-worth up. I've got to get how I view myself right so that I can function properly in these areas. Because if you don't function properly here, you're not very effective or as effective as you should be here. The romance category. Now, hey Sandra, you missed it. Which one did you miss, Sandra? We could do the replay. You could do the replay. In the romance category, hello, from the foundation of the earth, it was your relationship with God and then your relationship with spouse. We do over time allow the children to take over that spot, and that should not be so. And so once we surrender and submit ourselves, and y'all do not come at me about that word submit. Don't do it, because I'm not telling y'all to lay down, roll over. No, that's definitely not what submit means. Nor that surrender. Surrender does not mean totally giving up as if you're defeated. That's definitely not what that means. And we can have word studies further on as well. But I've got to understand that the relationship with my spouse, who was there before the turns, okay, that's the only reason we got the turns, that needs to take precedence. And it needs to be put in its correct place. So there we have your top three. Now, after them, my family, like my relationship with my family, y'all, I've got to do this. Like, I would love to see everybody, just like God, I'd love to see everybody saved and everybody in the kingdom. But I need to make sure that I'm ministering to my family, that I'm loving on my family. As well. Yes, yeah, I do believe, Michi, some females, especially with the bad all by myself, with the independent mentality. Yes, we ought to be a bit independent too, but we got to really discuss it and put it in the right context that it's meant to be, and not in the version that is distorted. We cannot live our lives on distorted truth. Yeah. So family, we got to work on our family relationship. We got to work on that family relationship. We got to get closer together if possible. Now, we know that there are some relationships that it's not that it's on your end that they won't work, right? It's on the other person's end. And so we have to make sure that on our end, we're doing what we need to do. We're not going to beg nobody. We ain't doing that. We're not going to force ourselves on anybody, but we're going to make sure that we are doing what we need to do on our part, what we're responsible for doing. So that's in the family category. That's why that's important for me. Then my work and business and my health, I'm actually gonna reorder these two as well. Because as I further study, right, and as I further go along in my planning, then I might go ahead and reorder the importance of my work and my business. Submitting to a deserving person. Well, we're going to talk about that too. Work, business, and health, because my health is very important. And if I'm not healthy, then I can't perform in my work/business life. But the reason why right now this was more important was because there's a lot of stuff that's going on for me, especially with like YouTube and building, that is going to take precedence over here. So these two are almost neck and neck right here for me. So that's why those two are there. Recreation, the traveling, this is a part of living life. And I'd like to live my life while I'm doing other things, like trying to pay off any debts and all that. I want to live my life. Does anybody else want to live their life? Like, I need to have some fun. I cannot be going through all of this and not having any fun or excitement. God never said that I should not, right? Having the right fun. So let me know. Thumbs up if you want to have some fun too. So I want to definitely have some fun, especially if I'm going to be working that business, working that money. I want to have some fun. And then we're going to take care of the finance. Um, live in my best life, honey. And then the finance. And then we're going to hang out with the friends. Them friend people. No, I'm going to need you to understand that you number 9, friend. And that was important for me too, because there are people in our lives who are our friends who think they should be number 1. And the way that they behave, they really and truly want to be number 1 in our lives. And I'm like that. And we allow them to do that. We allow them to do that. So we've got to put everything in the right place, in the right context. So this is why my list is the way it is. So you now need to have that conversation with yourself and talk to yourself about, why is my list numbered the way it is numbered? And why is this particular thing more important than the other? As well. So that is going to be what I need all of you all to do, and be ready for next week Sunday. Another thing that I would love for you all to do after you decide why your list is in the way that it is in, and give it your number. So number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. You're going to do that. You're going to write out the goals that are underneath each section. And in your number 1 category, does anyone else already have their number 1 category? Do anybody already know what their number 1 category is? And the goals that are in that number 1 category. So give me a thumbs up and let me know if you already know what your number 1 category is. So Wanda, Juicy, Kim. Okay, so those of you who already know what your number 1 category is, of all the goals that you have in your number 1 category, let's say that you have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. I want you to tell me what your number 1 goal is in your number 1 category. What's your number 1 goal? And that's going to be important, because that's going to be the very first thing that you're going to start to work on. So Juicy, daily devotion. Okay, so Juicy, is that something that you've already started working on and added to your calendar? Read the Bible more, Kim. Okay, Kim, have you started implementing that? Tracy, self-care. And what items are you doing in self-care, Tracy? Corkeisha, you've already started doing that? Soap. So Kim, I'm gonna need you to do that. That's your main homework, because that's your number 1 goal. Oh God, you guys are writing fast now. Tanya, scripture writing, have you started that? Christy, you've getting up at 4:30 a.m. You started doing that. Good, Christy. And have you been successfully doing that for this whole entire week? Is that every single day you want to get up at 4:30, or 5 days a week, or how do you want to do that? Okay, so Tanya, you've been doing that. That's perfect, Tanya. Okay. Scripture writing. To do daily quiet time for every day. Okay. Awesome. So, duh, 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 duh. Being more present with the Word of God. I'm going to church more and tracking my thoughts and reading. And you've done that this week, Wanda, through your purple book. You're meeting with someone from the church. Awesome. Awesome. Monday through Friday. Okay, Monday through Friday, Monday to Friday, 4:30 a.m. Perfect. So that's your number one. So now that you've gotten your number one down, for those of you who've got the number one in the first category and you've already started implementing that, what about your number twos? What about your number two item in your number one category? Let me know what that is and if you started working on it. So for those who are having difficulty, Sandra, yes. Okay, good, Christy. Awesome, awesome. So now that you ladies to be able to tithe more, love that, love that. So do you pronounce, how do you pronounce your name? Tammy or Tammy? Tamidra? Have you developed your plan for that? So have you already decided that you're going to pull that percentage out on your budget sheet? Okay, Tamidra. Tamidra. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Thank you, honey. I love how you broke it down for me. I love it. Yeah, so have you already written it down that you want to set that aside? Okay, so you've got, I love it. Okay, so you got your church app and you go ahead and do it on the church app. You got it. Okay, so you've got that coming out. I love it. And see, that's one of the thing where using the technology that you all have to be able to fulfill the goals that you're going through, right? That you want to go through. One of the things you could do even with scripture writing, you started adding 5 more each month. Love that. Love that. Love it. Um, Even with your scripture writing or you're getting to know the Bible more, you can download something that's going to be able to give you a daily scripture until your goal is reached. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, have you also planned out, Tamidra, if you, how long it's going to take you to get to where you want to be if you continue to do that? Your number two goal is to put at least $25 into your savings weekly. Okay, Michi, got that. So your number two goal. So is your number two category a finance category, Michi? Or is that your number one goal in your finance category? Okay, you got one from your group. Okay, so your studies from your group of 4 months. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, good, Michi. Good. So that's how I would like for you all to be able to do these things, is to be able to say, okay, so my number one category, I have these, mine, I have 5 goals in my number one category. Let me start with my number one first, right? And then after I start with my number one, then I can add, after I've implemented that and I see how it's going, let me go ahead and add what my number two is. And then after I add my number two, let me roll on to another category, possibly, right? And let me see how I can work that other category into my schedule. For those that have started to implement those into their schedules, have you come across any of what we had called roadblocks or speed bumps along the way that you have had things that are keeping you or hindered you from accomplishing a particular goal for that week or accomplishing a particular part of that goal for that week? Let me know if you've come across any stumbling blocks. Okay, finding time to exercise at home. Sandra, is that the goal that you want to do, or is that something that was a speed bump or a roadblock? That sounds more like a roadblock. Yeah, so we've had some issues. So if you can list for me some things that happened to why you were not able to make that particular goal. Like for instance, for me, years old, yeah, old habits and mindset. So yours is scripture. Goal is praying more. Two is exercise, and appearance. Okay, you keep it up for a few days. Let me go back down. And then you drop off. Every time you try to, Corkeisha, she gets a headache. Oh my God. I know what you mean, sister. Having so much on your plate between work and the kids, roadblock, 3 kids under 5. You've got to be kidding me, Tracy. And the 4th on the way, barely any time for myself. Woot, woot, Tracy. Okay, so Tracy, what I would, suggest, of course, because it's hard when you're pregnant. Like when you're pregnant, everything goes out the window. Now, is to just, if you find yourself staying in the bed for an extra 5 minutes when you get up, instead of just laying there for the 5 minutes, grab your phone, turn on, if you're trying to do your Bible, turn on the app and let it play, let it read to you, or find a video that you can listen to while you're laying there. You know what I mean? So let's try to do things like that to be able to help us out. But girl, you're about to have 5 babies. We're going to be praying for you. Not waking up as planned. Tanya, try just waking up maybe 15 minutes earlier instead of, are you trying to do 30 minutes earlier? Your 2 is self-care, personal development. Your dog got cancer and needs to get her tumor removed. Oh, Lord, have mercy. We are so sorry to hear that. Ooh. Yeah. So we have to make sure that you are writing down 3 hours. Woo-wee. Woo-wee. Yeah, Susan, 7. No, no, I stopped at 3. That's all I could handle. Thank you, Jesus. That's all I can handle. Okay, so let's try. Remember, we're talking about breaking down our goals into small, tiny, minute pieces. So however early you're trying to wake up, just take it one day at a time where you're now waking up 15 minutes earlier, for 2 days, and then another 15, which makes it 30 for 2 days. Alex, I'm gonna need you to break that down into the year. So 30 divide by 12 and then divide that by 4. So you'll need to know what you need to do for the week. Kim stopped at 1. Yeah, I'm good too, Christy. I'm real good with I'm real good. So break it down and let your body get used to getting up earlier. I try to do the 5:30 every day of the week. I'm like, nah, we gonna break it back down to 6:30 and see if 6:30 will work out well. So check to see all the electronic resources that you guys can have to make doing things easier for you all. As far as finding the time to exercise at home, the number one thing for me in that was the time of day. Do you find that if you exercise in the morning, you get more energy? Do you find that if you exercise at night, you get tired and go to sleep better? Find out, how does that work with your system? For me, if I work out, I'm about to go take a nap. So which means that if I'm doing it, I have to do it closer to the end of the day, right? And now that I've put my bedtime at 10:30, if I work out, that means I'm working out starting at 9:30 p.m. So that will give me an hour to work out, shower, and jump into the bed. So I have to order myself and order my day and make sure that things are aligned to do this. So this is now something that I would have to work into my schedule. Then I need to know what type of workouts am I going to be doing, right? Because when you're starting to work out, you don't want to just jump right in with both feet. Your son bus comes at 5:30 in the morning. Yeah, I remember that life. I remember that life. I remember that life. I promise you I had a praise party when I no longer had to get up with them. I promise you I had a praise party when I didn't have to do that. So I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry. I understand. I understand. I understand. I lament with you, sister. I lament with you as well. So um list the things that kept you from accomplishing your goals. Make sure that you are listing them in your weekly planner so that you know what happened. What happened? Why didn't you get the things done that you needed to do? Then what I want you to do is, this is my Clever Fox planner. And I made, some of my little goals in here for last week. For me, I had to plan and execute the meetup that we had yesterday. Okay, so I'll just review a couple with you quickly. I had to plan the next live, which is this one. So I'm going to say, yay, we did that. So that was done. Clean my desk area inside of the kitchen. Those were my three main priorities for the week. And I put the arrow down here because I listed some of the things that I had to do, right? My desktop, I had to clean that off. I had to clean out the containers, which had papers that needed to be shredded and things that needed to be filed away, some things that needed to be put in different areas. I need to clean the sideboard that's inside of the kitchen area that was just brought in from my room. Now the drawers, because I have drawers that are on there, I've had to list that separately. I did put next week because I'm bringing these two items over into next week, because this was too much to be able to do because there's so much inside of these two areas. So that was one of my roadblocks, right? One of my roadblock was, it was more than what could be done in the time that I had allotted to do this, because it was more intense than I anticipated, right? Because a lot of times we sometimes start the goal and we don't know what we're going to find when we open up that lid. And so when I opened up the lid, these two things here needs to be on its own, which is next week. So cleaning the desk area is in progress. And I'm just going to put an IP next to that. And I'm not going to kill myself about that, right? So there's a question: how much time, how much of the struggle is just about the season you are at, the present time of your life? I'm trying not to be so hard on myself when I hit these roadblocks. Yeah, Tracy, do not be hard on yourself when you hit the roadblocks, because it has everything to do with the season of life that you're in. And now that you're talking about that, I'm actually going to be doing a collaboration that's coming up. So look out for that, y'all, on my channel, about the seasons of planning, right? So the different seasons of planning, and it has everything to do with it, because there's a very limited thing I was able to do when my season was with my children, getting on that bus at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. I could not talk about I was getting up to say prayers and be productive and have self-care time. And I did not have the space of time available to do those things in that season. However, the season that I am now, where it's high schoolers and college, I do have that space and time open for that season. So you've got to understand that you got a plate, right? You have a plate, and your plate is going to have different things at different times in your life that you can put on your plate. Sometimes people are going to put things on your plate. People are going to take things off. You'll take things off. It's constantly changing. So don't beat yourself up too much because of the season that you're in, which is why we are writing down what those roadblocks were. If you write down what the roadblock was, or the speed bump, right, you will be more apt to say, you know what, this had nothing to do with me. This was not my fault. It's not my fault that these drawers got a lot of stuff in it. It is certainly not my fault that this sideboard had to be taken out of my room and put in another area, and now it's included on the list where it wasn't on the list before. That has nothing to do with me. It's just one of those things that happen, right? And so now I have to make the adjustment and extend the time that I needed to be able to clean this out. From the first live, we already talked about those speed bumps and some roadblocks, to understand that I'm gonna need you to give that up. I'm gonna need you to cut that out. I'm gonna need you to give it up as much as possible. But write down what happened, why you weren't able to get that thing done, and therefore you can now talk to yourself and say, "This was not my fault," right? Now, like today, I did not get my reading done, which is my Bible reading. I didn't get the one for today done. Why didn't I do it today? Because yesterday was a full day Saturday with getting up, getting out to church, teaching Sabbath school. My teacher wasn't able to make it, so I had to now fill in for the teacher. That was not something that was on my calendar to do, right? So that was definitely a speed bump, not on what I was supposed to do. So I had to add that to it as well. Now, after that as well, I had to come back. Well, my son, he's part of Pathfinders. They went to hand out some care packages to the homeless. So I had to account for spending the time helping to prep that stuff. And then I was not prepared for that either. So I couldn't come home and say I'm going to do my studies at home that time. Then later that afternoon, I had the planner meetup, the goal setting planner meetup. There was no time. Like the last two ladies, I think left like 2 o'clock in the morning. And so there was no time for me to be able to do that. That is definitely not my fault. And I'm not going to beat myself up for that yesterday. Today, I'm sorry, y'all. I was tired. So I was not about it. So I made the executive decision that I wasn't going to do that today, but I'm going to catch up on it tomorrow. Right? And so that's what we have to do. We've got to understand, give ourselves grace. We said grace, not perfection. I'm going to need you to give yourself some grace because things are going to happen. What we have on our schedule is one of many different possibilities of how our day can go. And just because it does not go according to what we had on the page does not mean it wasn't a worthwhile day, doesn't mean it wasn't a successful day. Okay, so just please go. If you take anything away, make sure you take that away. So just write down why it did not get done. The next thing you do after you do why it didn't get done was, what can I do to improve for tomorrow? What can I do to make sure that tomorrow I'm getting it done better? Do I need to break it down into smaller pieces? What do I need to do? So here that I've broken this down into smaller pieces and I'm going to put this in for next week, then that's going to be better for me. That's going to be better for me. Not only am I going to do this for next week, I actually have on this piece of paper that I'm going to knock it out Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And I've narrowed it down to I'm going to work on it between the hours of 8 a.m. and noon on those 3 days. So I've gotten seriously specific on what I'm doing for these two things. So after I do this now, I'm going to go over to my planner. I'm going to go over to my planner for next week, right? And I'm going to write in what my goal is, which is to clean those 2 areas right here. And then I'm going to write in on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Those are going to be the first things I do on those 3 mornings, is to clean that area. So you see how it transitions and it goes from goals that I want to do to in my actual calendar to this is how I can actually make it function better or work better next week. So yes, I didn't get it done this week, but I'm gonna get it done next week. Does that make sense to you? Let me know if that makes sense to you, Tracy. Yeah, okay, all right, I see. Hey, Courtney, how are you? You're welcome, Kim. You're welcome. Okay, perfect. So we got that. So finishing up my water, I've been successful with doing at least 3 at least 3 cups of water, y'all. Yeah, which means I had to decrease my tea intake, but I'm okay with that. So tea 1 time a day, only 1 time a day. So I've gotten up to 4 cups of water. I did 3 on Friday, and today, actually, I'm going to be doing 3 today because I have 1 that's over there that I'm going to do before I go to bed. So So coming from literally really and truly doing 1 to 2 cups of water, maybe per day, this has been amazing. And even though all my boxes aren't checked, even though I didn't get 4 right all the time, this is celebration for me. And I'm giving that to myself. And then bedtime by 10:30, I did that 3 days. And I'm okay with that too, because y'all, we was having fun. We were having fun. So I don't have a problem going to bed later when we're having fun. The daily reading, I've done that. And like I said, I did not do it on Saturday, but I did it today. So I did Saturdays today, and I'm going to finish up today's when we get off before I go to bed. So it will be completed. Okay, let me see. Can I turn? Okay, there we go. It just went off. Yes, I am celebrating my accomplishments. Yeah, that magnet program in the country area. Yes, I completely understand about that one. So good deal. So make sure all are tracking yours, fine-tuning my filming schedule. I did do that. I did do that as well, and I have it inside of my social media section, inside of my month. Let's go to January. And so for this week, it's exactly how I want it to be, and that's how it's going to be from now on. I know it just went out for a second. It went out for a second. So let me know if you all have any other questions. Let me know if you have any other questions for me. And what is your homework for next week? So your homework is to make sure that you have your categories, your items in your categories, and picking out your number 1 and 2 item in your number 1 category, your number 1 and 2 item in your number 2 categories, and then we'll start to work on those like that. So that's your homework, is to make sure you list those. Because if you've already started implementing and accomplishing your number 1 item and your number 2 item, move on to number 3 and 4, and then we'll talk about to the 3 and 4 on the next live. Please remember also that Miranda is going to be, as you guys are commenting that, and as you're coming into the live, we're going to be just picking number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all of that stuff. We'll let you know on the next live, which is going to be next week. I want to say next week, Sunday. Let's check this calendar. The 20th. Yes, I'll be in town. So it will be on the 20th as well. Implementing your 1 item. Okay, Kim. Yes, you can contact Miranda. She is Mrs. Thinking of a Master Plan on YouTube and on Instagram as well. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to 30, or however many we have on here. And so we're just going to be keeping a track of your goals, and as you're accomplishing them, we'll switch them out, but just to make sure that you guys are doing what you need to do. Your only job is to get myself out the door by 8, and I struggle. So okay, Courtney, so tell me exactly what it is that's keeping you from getting out at 8 o'clock. Tell me exactly what it is. Is it that you are finding other things to do and wasting time? Because you know we get distracted and we waste some time. It happens to me. I'll be ready to leave out the house at 8:45, and I'm just there tossing around. Oh, you know what? I have an extra 10 minutes, so let me go make myself some breakfast real quick. You move slow. Okay, Courtney, so if you move slow, do you have a list of items that you need to do before you leave the house? Do you actually have a written list? Yeah, the bed can. Let me give you a funny story while I wait on the answer. So the other day I needed to get out the bed. It was, I don't even remember what time it was. But it was really early, like three something in the morning. We were going to take my mother-in-law to the airport. And in order for me to get up out the bed, y'all, all I did was I slid off the bed footways onto the ground. I slid off was right onto the ground. I was like, oh Lord, help me. And so from there, then I got up, because if it was anything else, I would still be lying down there underneath my comfortable covers. So do what you got to do. So Courtney, that's what I need you to do. I need you to make yourself a checklist. And there we go. So you have another good idea. Prep everything the night before, and then have a checklist. Let me write down Courtney. Y'all, I need y'all to write down Courtney, because we are our sister's keepers. So Courtney's job is to prep the night before. And then 2 is to write a checklist of her morning to do. Yeah. So there you go, Courtney. So y'all, I want to make sure that when we see Courtney next week, that you guys get Courtney. Are you prepping the night before? Courtney, did you write your checklist? Courtney, are you on Instagram? Yes, Tamidra. Go ahead and do that too. I'm gonna put you, Tamidra. Your name is down in ink. So Courtney and Tamidra, do y'all have Instagram? Set an alarm. 3, set an alarm. I love that. So both of y'all, Courtney and Tamidra, set an alarm to go off maybe 10 minutes before you have to get out the house. Sandra, okay. So maybe you need to try some of these things as well. So y'all, Tamidra is plan with MSTJ, Miss TJ. Okay, plan with Miss TJ. Courtney, oop, I missed yours. Hold on. KINEX4. Okay. Y'all, you guys have their Instagram now. You can check in with them during the week. Ma'am, are you prepping the night before? Did you prep last night? Hi, Kirk. How are you? Everybody, that's Mr. Paper and Pen Girl right there. Say hi to Mr. Paper and Pen Girl, please. Yes, he does have several alarms set, because he know nobody's waking you up. You plan to leave an hour or more. So even your late gets there on time. You just can't stop. Please do not stop at Joann's or Michael's or anywhere else on the way to work. Get to work. You could go on your lunch break. Yeah, yes. I missed the paper and pen. Some of you might have noticed, like in some of my videos, you had seen the name. They must have been like, who is this dude? Like, who is this dude commenting on all these videos? The 52 in 1 year spread. So there we go. Courtney, Tamidra, so prep the night before, write your checklist of things to do in the morning, and set yourself an alarm. I don't care if it's across from your job. I'm gonna need you to stop on your lunch break. She said it's across from my job. Okay, so what did we say the homework was? The homework was to put your things in your categories, list your number 1, 2, and 3s in, or one and 2s that you want from your first category, your second category. Make sure you're working on them. Oh my gosh, your workout is walk to the stores. Well, if it motivates you, as long as you're not buying anything when you get to the store. Okay, good job, Tamidra. Anyone else want to ask any questions before we go off, and then talk about how they can get past any particular or any specific roadblocks that they're having before we leave. I love the fact that we are giving ideas and thoughts of things that we can do to make sure that we're accomplishing things, especially like what we just did for Courtney and Tamidra. I love it, y'all. I love it. I love it. And then I need to go ahead and set what my goals are for next week. And it's oh, I did skip a week. So I'm gonna have to, I accidentally skip a week. Y'all see I put some stickers on it? I did put some stickers on it. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to break down my sideboard and my drawers stuff down in this section. Even though this section is an hourly section, I'm not necessarily using that as an hourly section. You have your husband to call you in the morning to make sure you're getting up on time in the morning. That's a good one. That's a good one. But that may or may not work for me because I have been known to fall asleep in the praying position on the prayer line. But don't tell them. Oh, good Lord, help me. I get up and my foot has a serious cramp, y'all. I was crying. Inconsistency, you start this week and you slack off for the rest of the days. Okay. So try to track why you're slacking off. You know what I mean? Is it that you're not inspired to do something, to do it? Is it that you don't have the time to do it, or you just don't put the effort or the time in to do it? Try to find out why it is that you're slacking off on it. You're sleep praying. Yeah, I was like, I hope they did not hear me snoring because that would really not be cool. That would not be cool. I get up and the phone is still on and I just hear the music after everything is done. The music is going. I'm like, Lord help me. Yes, we all need to pray to ask God to help us in that area. So any questions, like I said, final start small and take the small wins. Oh yes, definitely take the small wins. I'm taking every single one of them. Every single one of them. Any final questions before we head off, or anything that you guys want me to address particularly, please feel free to let me know as well so that we can talk about those things. In our upcoming lives. If not, we are going to say good night. And I think what I'll start doing, and I got to decide which day of the week I'd like to do this to, though, is do a weekly, just like I did the catch-up, the planner catch-up the other day, is to do the planner catch-up videos. You're welcome, Susan, once a week. Just do a planner catch-up once a week. So maybe that would help to encourage you all to be able to move forward with your goals a little bit more. What do you think? You're welcome, Courtney. Night, Christy. Night, Ebony. You are all welcome. I so appreciate y'all for spending the time with me. Okay, all right, Ebony. So the midweek planner catch up is good. All right, Michi, got you. Got you. So we'll do that, and then hopefully that'll help us to catch up on the goals and give us that reinvigorate us. Okay, Tamidra, I got you. Girl, you is in my planner, Miss Silly. I'm glad you like it, Wanda. Catch up would be awesome. All right, y'all, I'm putting that in for you. I'm putting that in there for you. So either it's going to probably be a Wednesday night or a Thursday morning. So just let me know which ones would be better for you all, Wednesday night or Thursday morning. Because on Thursday evening, I have a prayer meeting from between 7 and 8. And so, yeah. So if I do the planner catch up, it would have to be about 8:30 again on Thursday night if it's on a Thursday night. But if it's on a Wednesday, I could do Wednesday night or Wednesday morning. So y'all let me know what your thoughts and opinions are too. Even those who are watching this as a replay, let me know. Wednesday night, Wednesday night, Wednesday night. Okay, Wednesday night wins. So we'll do it on the Wednesday night. Okay. All right, perfect, perfect. Well, I hope that you all have a wonderful night. May God bless and keep you safe throughout this night, you and your family as well. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you all. Ebony, what time is Bible study Wednesday night? Courtney, what time is yours as well? Because you know my bedtime 10:30, y'all. You're home around 8:30? Oh, no problem. So we'll do that. Our time would be okay. So what is Texas time compared to Georgia time? Because I don't know what Texas time is. It's what time is it for me now? It's 9:49 for me now. What time is it for you? What time is it for you, Ebony? So you are now 8:49. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. So she's 8:49. Mine is 9:49. And you get out at 8:30. So that would be at 9:30? So you might need to catch the replay though, Ebony. Okay, we'll figure this out, y'all. We figure this out. So for everybody else, let me know if Thursday, if I do it on Thursday, I could do it about 9 o'clock. How about Thursday at 9 o'clock? Let me see if Thursday at 9 will work for y'all. Because I'd be, done with my stuff by then. Okay, Thursday at 9 would work for Ebony. Because if not, Ebony, you're about to be outvoted for everybody. Okay, Tanya, Thursday at 9 would work. Thursday work for Courtney. Thursday evening, Christy. Oh, Lord. Thursday. Okay. Kim's at work. Okay, so we're going to play around with the 2 times. That's the best I could do, right? We're going to play around with the 2 times. Maybe one week I'll do on Wednesday, one week I'll do on Thursday. So everybody's kind of happy. So we're going to try that probably. So I think one week we'll do Wednesday, one week we'll do Thursday. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and hit that notification so that you can get my community tab notifications so that you'll see when I'm posting that we'll be having it. All right. So I will check in with y'all later during the week. You all have a wonderful night, and let me go drink my water and do my Bible study so I can check that off before I head to bed tonight. And I will talk to y'all soon. Be blessed.